कहना चाहेंगे इस इवेंट के बारे में, इसके बारे में भी बताइए।
ये इवेंट काफ़ी बड़ा इवेंट है इंस्टीट्यूट के लिए, जो 2 दिन का कॉर्पोरेट फोरम रहता है। एक हमारा 18 जनवरी और 19 जनवरी 2 दिन का इवेंट है। आज पूरा दिन एक कॉन्फ्रेंस चली प्राइवेट इक्विटी के ऊपर, और शाम को हमने बिजनेस फोरम रखा है जहाँ पे एंटरप्रेन्योर टॉक है कि हाउ यू कैन बिकम ए एंटरप्रेन्योर, और उसमें क्या डिफ़िकल्टीज आती हैं। ये मोटिवेशन टॉक है। हम चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट जो केवल प्रैक्टिस में रहते हैं या हम लोग जॉब में रहते हैं, उनके लिए एक नई सोच है कि नई सोच बढ़ के हम आगे बढ़ें और एक नया अपना ऊपर एंटरप्रेन्योर थॉट प्रोसेस करके अपना धंधा खुद का चालू कर सकें। उसके लिए एक बिज़नेस फोरम रखा है। हमारे चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट काफ़ी बिज़नेस के अंदर हैं, तो उनके लिए एक सोचा है कि भाई बिज़नेस में हैं तो और भी लोग आगे बिज़नेस बढ़ें, तो उसके लिए एक बिज़नेस फोरम आयोजित किया गया है। ये एक अच्छा कल हमारा अवार्ड फंक्शन है। कल सुबह प्राइवेट कैपिटल मार्केट ऊपर सेमिनार है, फिर शाम को अवार्ड फंक्शन रखा है। तो जितने लीडर्स हैं, जो चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट में काफ़ी बड़े बड़े लीडर्स हैं, उनको अवार्ड दिया जाएगा। जूरी की प्रोसेस होती है, उस प्रोसेस में पास करके एक क्रेडिबल अवार्ड हम लोग देते हैं। ये 12वां साल है और काफ़ी बड़े बड़े लोगों को अवार्ड उसमें मिलने वाला है। दीपक पारेख जैसे लोगों को लाइफ टाइम अचीवमेंट अवार्ड मिल रहा है। तो एक बहुत बड़ी एक शख्सियत है और ये एक बहुत बड़ा एक अवार्ड है और चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट का फिल्म फेयर अवार्ड है ये।
ओके, अनन्या बिरला भी कुछ आप वो आने वाली हैं, वो भी तरह की जूरी की हेड है, उनके बारे में क्या कहना चाहेंगे?
Ananya Birla is a youth icon. As of now, all the youngsters looking forward on her. People wanted कि हम उनको सुनना चाहते हैं। आज यूथ आइकॉन है। आज ये मीडिया की तरह रखा है। आज जी बिजनेस इसको रिलीज़ करेगा या आप लोग रिलीज़ करेंगे, उससे एक मैसेज पूरे सीए फर्टर्निटी में जाएगा, ये स्टूडेंट फर्टर्निटी में जाएगा। जो चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट जो स्टूडेंट्स हैं, वो जो आगे आने वाली पीढ़ी है, वो देखती है कि हमको भी किस तरीके से करना है। नेम एंड फ्लेम एंड ग्लैमर तीनों को समझ कैसे कर सकते हैं। तो आज चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट भी हर फील्ड में जा रहा है, तो वो भी देखता है कि हम फाइनेंस फील्ड में उसको आगे कैसे बढ़ सकते हैं। ये मोटिवेशन मिलेगा। एक इधर
ओके सर, आपके कहना चाहेंगे?
थैंक यू वेरी मच। जैसे अपना चेयरमैन साहब ने बोले कमेटी फॉर मेंबर्स इंडस्ट्री का मिस्टर धीरज खंडेलवाल, कि हम लोग चाहते हैं कि अपना जो मेंबर्स है, जो चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट्स है, वो द लेटेस्ट क्या हो रहा है देश में, इकॉनमी कहाँ है, इसी द इंडस्ट्री कैसा ग्रोथ कर रहा है, कैसा बढ़ रहा है, हम लोग चाहते हैं कि अपना चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट मेंबर्स लोग सब जानें। तो इसलिए हम लोग इस तरह से बिजनेस फोरम अरेंज किए हैं। तो और कल में जैसे धीरज ने बोला, राजेश जी भी वाइस चेयरमैन है इस कमेटी का, तो कल में हम लोग अचीवर्स को हम लोग अवार्ड दे रहे हैं। तो ये एनुअल प्रोग्राम है इंस्टीट्यूट का, हर एक साल हम लोग करते हैं। तो और हम लोग हर एक साल बहुत बड़े पैमाने में करते हैं। वी गेट बेटर एंड बेटर एवरी ईयर। सो आई एम श्योर सी एवरीबडी हु इज अटेंडिंग दिस प्रोग्राम विल बेनिफिट वेरी मच।
ओके सर, आपके कहना चाहेंगे?
मैं ये कहना चाहूँगा, चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट्स जिस भी फील्ड में काम किया है, उन्होंने महारत हासिल करी है। अगर आप देश के अंदर में मंत्रियों को देख लें तो बहुत अच्छे लेवल पे हैं। अगर किसी को भी देख लें, चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट अगर एज ए एंटरप्रेन्योर है तो बहुत अच्छे लेवल पे पहुंच जाता है। तो चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट जिन लोगों ने महारत हासिल करी है, जिन्होंने इंडस्ट्रीज़ को एक लेवल तक पहुँचाया है, वैसे चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट्स को कल हम अवार्ड दे रहे हैं और उनको एक अलग लेवल तक पहुँचाने के लिए उनका जो देश के प्रति कंट्रीब्यूशन है उसको हम अवार्ड कर रहे हैं, और इंडस्ट्री के प्रति जो कंट्रीब्यूशन है उसको हम अवार्ड कर रहे हैं।
Of everything with this, yeah.
Okay, Nanya, tell us about your association with the ICA. क्या कहना चाहेंगे इस अवार्ड से?
My dad is a CA, and I have heard how tough it is, but how amazing it is as well. How much it supports you in life. It's an absolute pleasure for me to be here today as chief guest, and I look forward to meeting with everyone and going up and talking for a few minutes as well. So it's an absolute pleasure for me to be here.
ओके सर, आपके कहना चाहेंगे?
I think I'm speechless. She's a youth icon. Every in the institute is looking from last 2 years. Everyone wanted to be here as a chief guest. Now it's the day come for me. It's like I'm really very thankful for the Ananya to be here. It's really nice. Right now she's a youth icon. Everyone that's a forum is a business forum, and it is meant for the becoming an entrepreneur. So it's a right app, right people and right time.
That's very, very kind. Thank you.
ओके नन्या, इसी के साथ में आज आप एक गाना भी रिलीज करने वाली हैं।
It's already released.
आप गाने वाली इसके बारे में बताइए।
Yeah. तो गाने के बारे में इट्स कॉल्ड बेटर। अभी कल रात 12 बजे रिलीज़ हुआ, आज सुबह। Right now it's doing really well. It's trending on Ghana, Wing, Hangama, Jio Savan, Apple Music. It's everywhere. India has been so kind to me. Thank you, all of you. I just went live on Instagram right now just to thank all the fans out there. 2019 is a वेरी नाइस ईयर, वेरी बहुत बहुत बढ़िया साल है मेरे लिए. एल्बम आ रहा है और म्यूज़िक वीडियोज़ आ रहे हैं, लॉट ऑफ सपोर्ट इंटरनेशनली एज वेल, सो एब्सोल्यूट प्लेजर.
Nana, what do you have to say about the initiative ICI usually gets into when they're so encouraging? What do you have to say about that?
Yes, so I heard about the app that you all are creating, the CA Jobs. I think it's absolutely amazing. I think that's what India needs. I think it also encourages more people to take up CA and study the course. And I think the course is very, very essential for business, especially amongst other things. Of course, it teaches hard work and discipline as well, like my dad says, and I've seen it. So it encourages people because they know that after doing a CA, they have somewhere to go to get a good job. One more avenue to sort of look forward to. So absolutely great stuff, and it's a great community to bring people together. Like every single CA I know knows about ICAI, knows about what it's for, and everyone I've said says, "Wow, you're there! Congratulations!" So it's a pleasure for me to be here, and I think all the work that ICAI does is absolutely amazing.
We have Mika performing tomorrow, so
Okay.
so there's an inspiration of music. So what do you have to say about that? A cultural activity for
Yeah. Music makes me better. So I think music entertainment is a very important part of all our lives. We have to put our head down, have fun, and I'm so glad Mika is coming tomorrow. I think he's going to make all of y'all really have a good time. So have a blast.
Neeraj, what is your concluding note? What is the message that you would like to give out?
I think it's a great evening today, and I think on behalf of the entire CA community, CA Parivar, we want to thank to the Ananya to be gracing this occasion. So it's amazing. Thank you.
My pleasure.
So you're in the center, you're in the camera.
The cost of capital in China is, I would say, as well as cheaper. I would say zero.
Guest, the today chief guest, Ananya Birlaji, my all central council colleagues, my vice chairman Rajesh Sharma, the sponsor and another guest of honor Jayant Maheskarji, and all say, for me it's a dream come true. She is the youth icon and motivator, and people look forward, basically the youngster look forward a thought processor, a follower, that we wanted to be a entrepreneur. She is today is an entrepreneur and going to be a chief guest today, and I'm very, very happy to seeing over here in this chartered accountant forum. Her father is a chartered accountant, none other than Kumar Mangalam Birlaji. Ma'am, this is the committee for member in industries and business, which take care of the industry people and the business people. We used to take care of the campus placement program. We did twice a year campus placement program. This time we did more milestone on this campus placement. We did campus placement for the experienced chartered accountant. We did placement for overseas campus placement. Today we are having a campus placement for semi-qualified people. We also launched the job portal on 31st August, and we started the startup activities, startup funding and idea placement, Shark Tank contest and incubation centers. We already started all the new thought process arena, which you also been on that path. And ma'am, this tomorrow is award function. This is going to a 12th award function. We started in 2007 to recognize the leader of the industries, those reached to the heights, like your dad, Kumar Mangalam Birlaji. Tomorrow we are going to have the Lifetime Achievement Award for the Deepak Pariji, and a lot of top dignitaries who had got this award is from the prestigious ICI body. It's a prestigious ICI body, and which are recognizing the members their own. So it's like a from the film fraternity is the ICI Film Fraternity Award. It's a
Overwhelming. Thank you so much. Firstly, thank you so much to ICAI for having me here today. It's an absolute pleasure for me actually. My dad is a CA and I know how he said those were some of his toughest years, but some of his best years as well. Recently, I found out that he failed his first year, which I didn't know. But then the next time when he passed with a very high grade. So I know how amazing the journey can be and is, and how tough it is as well. So I look up to all of you sitting here who have qualified, because I think it takes a lot of this. Was when I started microfinance. I remember I came home and I told my mom, I want to start a microfinance company. And my mom looks at me and she's like, Beta, what is microfinance? Since then there was absolutely no looking back. So it took a year for me to actually get the NBFC MFI license. I think all of you all must be remembering around 2009, 2010 there was this huge MFI crisis in AP, where the entire market was blacklisted, and it created a big havoc. However, at that time itself also I realized that there was no fault in the model, but the problem was just because of political reasons. And so I didn't hesitate in taking it up in any way, and my dad, of course, as usual, was very supportive and said, now there's no looking back once you have gotten into it, and that was why I founded Swatantra. Initially, my struggles, like everyone else at the age of 17, microfinance, well, I was 17, everyone else in the industry were in the late 50s, early 60s, and I was a 17-year-old girl. Who would possibly take me seriously? They used to say, Birla ki beti hai, to aaram se aa jayega. But they didn't really realize that there's a huge struggle that goes behind it as well. So somehow I don't know how, but I somehow managed to talk to a couple of VCs, talk to a couple of different people, and I raised 5 crores, because that's what the mandate was to get an NBFC MFI license. You needed 5 crores of capital. So remember, I got exact 5 crores, and that's when I started. It was very tough to get clients in, was very, very tough to get a team in, 17-year-old, and that to a woman. How is she going to do this? What is she going to do? How is she going to manage this? Microfinance? No way, not possible. But I didn't give up. There was no way I was going to give up, and since then I have not given up. So currently, we are in 10 states. We have 2 million women as clients, and we have just touched a GLP of 1,000 crores. And thank you so much. And by 2022, we will be $1 million company. And it feels very surreal to stand here and say this, because I know that me and my team have completely started from absolute scratch, from literally typing down the SOPs, to handpicking every single team member who comes in, to really, looking at cash flows in detail, putting the MIS together. Typical startup. I say as a startup, you're CEO and CPO, Chief Exec Officer, and Chief Plumbing Officer, both, same time. So that was exactly where it was for me. So it feels very nice thinking that we have reached where we have. So that's basically been my journey where Swatantra is concerned. I think a couple of things that I have learned through this journey. One is that, I think you all will agree with me, it's very important to have the right vision and a clear vision, because if you don't know what you want to achieve, then everything will become a mess. If you are very clear in your head as to what you want to achieve and where you want to get, it'll trickle down throughout the team. And once the entire team is aligned, once the entire team knows what it is that you want to achieve, that is when emotional equity starts building, and that is when everyone comes together in the various departments, comes together to achieve that one goal. So having a very clear vision is very, very important, because that's when emotional equity starts building in. It's very, very important, I have also learned, that everyone in your core team needs to be very, very, very emotionally engaged, not just within you, but within the vision. Because then during stressful times, during times of they may get other job opportunities, during times of when there's not enough liquidity in the market, during tough times, that is what will make people stick on. That is what will make you want to stay on with your team with the organization is emotional equity. And especially with a startup, this is what happens. You've started everything right from the beginning, and you have a group of people with you. So they feel like, and you feel like this is my baby. I feel like Swatantra is my baby, however cliche that sounds. We have grown up together. Swatantra, in a sense, I feel has made me Swatantra. It's given me wings to become absolutely free. So having a right and clear vision and transcending that down to your team and ensuring that your team has a lot of emotional equity within you is very, very important. Another thing is your target group. Very important to know who your target group is and why and for what you're targeting them. And the next thing, of course, very important is market differentiation. What are you providing that no one else in the market is providing? Now I can go on and on about this point because it's a very, very large point that is, there in theory as well. And practically I've learned a lot about this as well. But I think one thing that has really defined us, and I think many people, is innovation. Do you all agree with me? I think innovation is a huge, 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 huge part of market differentiation, especially in today's day and age, where everything is about content. It's almost like there's too much. You don't know what to consume where. Everything's about data. Everything's content. You have to differentiate yourself. How do you differentiate yourself? How do you provide the best possible solutions to your clients? How do I possibly provide the best possible financial solutions in the cheapest way to my clients? How do I become the one-stop place where all my clients just want to come to Swatantra and we can give them the best possible services in a qualitative and quantitative manner? Everyone is doing it. How do I do it better? Innovation. How do I innovate? Now, depending upon your business and depending upon your business model, it would of course change. The thought process that I personally used. What's the biggest problem that the market is facing? At that stage, it was NPAs. NPAs were way too high. What was happening? The field officers were actually carrying loads and loads and loads, lakhs and lakhs of money on their bags from the client's home to the center, back to the client's home, back to the center, to the headquarters. Now, the probability of the bag being stolen, them being on bikes, is very, very high. Companies would lose lakhs and lakhs of money just in that. So the first thing I did was I went completely cashless. I ensured that every single client of ours opened a bank account. If they didn't have an account, we opened a bank account for them. So there we encourage saving as well. If you save money in a savings account, you get 3% return on this as well. We directly have a direct transfer of that amount into their bank. We do not work in cash at all. And in the same way, we used to have backdated checks and now we don't because everything is real time. They repay their EMIs to us through bank transfers as well. That's the first thing. The second thing we did is we went completely paperless. So right from KYC to client information, KYC, to actually having to scan their Aadhaar cards so that all the information comes in, to having the disbursement sheets, to seeing whether they come into the criteria, whether they're eligible clients or not, what sort of assets they have, how liquid they are, everything, their photos, every single thing is documented on this one app which is called Sathi. And Swatantra happens to be the first microfinance institution that actually has a complete turnkey product which makes our processes and our SOPs completely cashless and paperless. So that has helped us immensely. That has made us a very big player in the market now. And I never thought this day would come. A 17-year-old with 0 clients, with no one wanting to join their team, to now being a very, very important part of the MFI industry. Our COO and, well, my CEO happens to be the chairperson of MFin as well now. So the game has really changed, and I think a lot of this change has been because of the innovation that we sort of came up with, which was Sathi, which is just, like I said, completely ensures that your processes are completely cashless and paperless, and it's just all on our field officers' mobile phones. So it didn't take that much. It was in-house, full of algorithms, took at least 3 years to build. But now that it's completely built, the magic that it has created not just for us, but for our field officers, for our clients. It's been absolutely amazing. Yield has gone up, which means stat has gone down, which means progress as a whole has gone up. GLP has increased absolutely exponentially. Our CAGR has also increased absolutely exponentially. We grew by 324% CAGR, which was the fastest growing company, microfinance company last year. So I can vouch that innovation to solve a certain issue, problem, teething problem in your organization, using innovation to solve that would be a big, big way in which you could personally differentiate your product from your competitors. Um, so that's pretty much been my journey with Swatantra. I realized through this journey that I personally absolutely love startups. It's like from nothing at all, you build something really beautiful and you actually start impacting people's lives. And seeing a smile on our clients' face is something that is just such a rewarding feeling. I remember one client, just to give you an instance, she has a salon, very, very small, probably 1/3 of this stage, and she just had one mirror and one chair where ladies used to come to do their eyebrows or their nails, etc., etc. It was a salon, and she said mujhe loan chahiye, blah blah blah. We had a long discussion. Field officers, this was very, very initially. She was one of our, I think, first 10 clients. Now when I go back, her place is probably thrice the size of this stage. She has employed at least 15 more women, and the demand for, she's become the most demanding salon in that entire Sarpanch area. So to see that progress happen for her in the last 3 years is just very, very heartwarming. And Swatantra has not helped in any way. The lady has absolutely repaid us, not just principal but with interest. So we are just there to support them. They help themselves. So whenever anyone comes up to me and says that you're helping so many rural women, no, absolutely not. I do not believe in this at all. We're not helping anyone. We're just a part of their progress. We're just providing them the financial funding that they require. Just the way the VC gave me the 5 crores when I was 17. Yes, the amount is different, the reason is different, but it is absolutely the same thing. So these women are helping themselves. So that's a little bit that I wanted to tell you guys about innovation. So after Swatantra came about, like I said, I absolutely fell in love with startups. I started Curocart, which is a portal for handmade products, after which I co-founded Empower, which is an organization which fights against the stigma against mental illnesses rather. I think as intelligent people, all of us sitting here, we all face various different things in our mind, and all these things are very, very real. And I think given that we happen to be the youth of this nation, we need to be very well versed and our knowledge on this subject needs to be very, very high, and that's exactly what we're trying to do. It's okay to feel sad some days, it's okay to have bad days, it's okay to feel depressed, it's okay to feel anxious, it's okay to get paranoid. There is absolutely no problem with these things. So these are the things that my mom and I are trying to, tell everyone, sort of convey this message that it's all about your strength of getting back. It doesn't matter how many times you fall, it's all about getting back up. No matter what struggle you're going through, there's always light after a dark tunnel. So these are sort of things that my mom and I are trying to promote through various different therapies. So that's a little bit about Empower. And of course my singing. My latest song, Better, just released today. And there is actually, like I said, no better feeling than seeing fans smile and dance to your songs and sing your lyrics back to you. So whether it's Swatantra, Curocart, Empower, or my music, it all literally boils down to seeing other people enjoy what I do, or seeing other people benefit in a certain way. And so when people ask me questions like, but business and music so different. Yes, very different, yet why I'm doing what I'm doing is absolutely the same. And nothing has ever gotten in the way, nothing will ever get in the way where my journey is concerned. My dream is to get a Grammy home for India, and hopefully, I am sure with the team that I have and with the way I am working, hopefully we will reach there with all your support. The goal with Swatantra, like I said, is by 2022, we will be $1 billion company. I do want to apply for a banking license. Hopefully it'll be on tap by then. Another small tip that no one knows, actually, my great granddad, that is GD Dadoji, as I call him, he used to own UCO Bank, which the government then took for various reasons. And so my entire goal is to get that bank back by creating my own bank. So this is a huge motivating factor for me. So again, thank you so much for to ICAI for having me. Sorry, two lines of today's song. I'll do that. I'll do that. We'll play something maybe. If we're running late on time, if I thought I'll only speak for 2 or 3 minutes. I didn't know that I'd land up talking so much. I'm sorry if I bored anyone. I hope you all. So, yes.
You said your business, Vatam, it managed to have a paperless thing, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And you said your target client was from the rural area.
Yeah.
So how did you manage that?
Yes, that was a task. So basically, we had to the app, the Sathi, the UI UX that we have. Everyone knows UI UX, right? Like the on the mobile phone. That had to be simplified in various different languages, and the field officers had to be trained very well by HR to explain to them how it exactly works. So instead of asking them questions which they have to write down on paper, they just ask them questions and feed it into their phone. That's the only difference, really, and it's completely paperless. So actually, if you think about it, it wasn't that tough to implement. It was just a bit tough to create, to understand. And to do that, we really had to understand consumer behavior and consumer mindset very deeply. So yeah, I think I would like to say that I'm very inspired by all of you sitting here. I think there's something very special being launched today. And I look forward to hearing all about that. And congratulations and good luck for your future. I'm sure that it's very bright. Thank you so much for having me here today. It's an absolute pleasure. My dad has said to say hello and big congratulations and good luck to all of you sitting here. Thank you so much. And that he's very proud of all of you and the entire fraternity. So I must convey that to all of you. Two lines. Do you want to play the song? Because it's a pop electro song.
Anyway, whatever you prefer.
I'll sing Hold On instead. Okay.
Hand mic?
Just, yeah, if I can have a hand mic, that would be nice.
And Mike.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so this is not the latest song because that I think y'all should hear on YouTube, Ananya Bera Vivo or Hangama, Savanju, etc. But this is another song. It's called Hold On. It's my favorite song that I've released. So it goes like this. Why do we feel like everybody pulls us down? What goes around, we know it will come back around. Gotta hold on, hold on. It's us together, us forever. Gotta hold on. We gotta hold on. Why do we feel like everybody pulls us down? What goes around, we know it will come back around. Gotta hold on, hold on. It's us together, us forever. Yeah, this is. Thank you so much for having me. Sorry? Today's song. I need a guitar for that song because it's an electro pop song. It's very tough. Can I play it later? If you, I'll need my guitar for that. Won't be context, otherwise you won't understand what I'm saying. Thank you.
Ma'am, maybe request you to Okay, so this is the book. Come closer. Thank you. Okay, can we have the launch of the mobile application? The CA job. Yes, sir. Look. Look, Santa. Mr. MP Vijay Kumar, Chairman, Digital Accounting Board. Vijay Kumar from Chennai. Please go ahead. Yeah, look here. Santa, look. Mr. G. Shekhar from Chennai. Mr. Babu.
अगर आपने हमारे YouTube चैनल को अब तक सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया है तो आपको यहाँ सब्सक्राइब बटन दिख रहा है, इस पर आप क्लिक कीजिए और हमें सब्सक्राइब कर लीजिए और साथ ही साथ इसके सामने एक नोटिफिकेशन बेल आ रहा है, इसे भी आप इनेबल कर दीजिए।